stamping and crafting friends. Welcome to Melissa's Crafting Treehouse. Today I've got a simple, fun card with a moving element. I'll be featuring the Dragonfly Garden Bundle, which includes the Dragonfly Garden set and the coordinating Dragonflies punch. Now I'll be stamping and punching out one of my dragonflies for my card, but if you don't have this stamp set, in today's video I'm going to be sharing a fun way to create this card with alternative stamps. This is also one of my club and free card kit projects, so you can get the pieces and parts to make this project with a qualifying order. For details about my free card kit program, make sure to check out the link in the video description below. Now I've created multiple versions of this card using many of the patterns of Designer Series paper in the Dandy Garden Designer Series paper pack. So if you're receiving a card kit in the mail, just know that the Designer Series paper and some of the pieces in your kit may look different from the ones I'm showing you today. So the color scheme for the card I'll be making today is Misty Moonlight and Blackberry Bliss with a piece of Blackberry Bliss down the middle. For my original card, I used Mossy Meadow cardstock for the strip down the middle. Now I've already got adhesive on the back sides of all of my pieces. So I'm going to start with taking my Designer Series paper piece, and I'm just going to place it over my Blackberry Bliss strip so that only about 1/8 of an inch of color is showing on the right hand side. Next I'm going to attach my Misty Moonlight cardstock strip to my card body. This is a standard A2 size card that measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 when it's folded. And now I'm just going to take the piece I assembled at the beginning and attach it to the front of my card so that it's justified to the left side, to the spine of the card body. Now I'm going to get started with the focal element on this card, which has my fun moving dragonfly. Now I've stamped my dragonflies off camera, and I'm going to go ahead and punch one of them out now. If you're receiving a card kit in the mail, you'll be receiving punched dragonflies without images on them. It's against Stampin' Up! Policy for me to stamp them for you. But I have a fun alternative suggestion for you that I did on another card recently. For this one, I used the textural image you see there that looks sort of like a sparkler, and I just stamped it all over my dragonfly to give my dragonfly a little bit of texture, and it was a really nice, fun alternative. I used the Circle Celebration stamp set for that fun, colorful alternative card. That stamp set will be retiring at the end of June. Now off camera, I've die cut a couple of shapes for my focal piece. I've used a circle from the Stitched Shape dies and one from the Layering Circles dies. The Stitched Shapes dies are retiring as of May 3rd. Fortunately, the Layering Circles dies will continue to be available in the new annual catalog. So I'm going to get started with my focal piece by stamping the sentiment in the upper right-hand corner. And then I'm going to go ahead and attach this circle to my Blackberry Bliss scallop circle. And now we get to the real fun of this card. This is what I call a spring card because it's got a little handmade spring which allows the dragonfly to move. So I'm just measuring a piece of wire. This is 26 gauge wire, and that piece is about 3 1/2 inches long. I'm going to use just a regular pencil, and I'm going to take my wire and just wrap it around the pencil. And it's going to go around 3 times. Next, I'm just going to get some regular old household transparent tape and take a tiny little piece. It needs to be small enough so it will be hidden behind the dragonfly. And I'm going to thread it through the last circle of the spring that I created. And it will just stick to that end circle, that bottom circle. And then I can go ahead and just attach it to the back of my dragonfly. Now my tape is a little bit too wide, so I'm just trimming off a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and attach it. And now I'm going to do the same thing with the other side of my spring, my homemade spring. And then I'm just going to thread my other piece of tape so that it's attached to the last circle of the other side of the spring. And then I can just go ahead and place my dragonfly where I want it on my focal piece, press it down to adhere the tape, and there I've got my fun little moving dragonfly. Now I'm going to attach my circle element to the front of my card using Stampin' Dimensionals, and then I'll go ahead and attach that small Blackberry Bliss dragonfly to finish off my focal element. And my card is all done. Now I created one other variation of this design, and for this one I used a strip of Bumblebee cardstock in place of what would have been the Mossy Meadow or Blackberry Bliss on the other two. And here's my finished 3 cards. On that final card I also used a Bumblebee dragonfly for the small one to coordinate better with that designer series paper. I hope you've enjoyed seeing how to make this fun card with a moving element. As a reminder, this is a club and free card kit project. To get free card kits, all you have to do is place a qualifying order in my online store. Plus, first-time customers get all 3 kits regardless of the order size. To learn more about how you can get free card kits, check out the link in the video description below. I hope you enjoyed my project today, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with friends, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for spending some time with me today, and happy crafting!